sump pump isn't working. Gotta make do. Got this hose here, sucking water out from way down there, and this hose here, pushing it out the door, out the back door, because the sump pump failed.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Daddy Show. If you're new here, what we do is home maintenance, auto maintenance, a little bit of manly maintenance, and I'm not talking about shaving or anything like that. I'm talking about emotional maintenance and just about anything else that comes up that I feel other people might enjoy hearing about and seeing how I fixed a certain problem. So most of it is auto related because I'm a decent shade tree mechanic and I'm pretty handy around the house and able to do electrical and plumbing and things like that myself. So why not help others do the same? That being said, hopefully you've stumbled upon this video and hopefully you find it helpful. It's about replacing a sump pump. Fairly simple most of the time. Every now and then you run into something funny. And in my case, I ran into an issue where the people that routed the pipe for the sump pump output to get it out of the house, they ran it in such a way that it was basically piped in through the cover of the sump pump directly to the pump with no way to remove the cover because the pipe was through it and it was attached solidly to the house. So even if you pull the sump pump off of the pipe, you still can't get the cover off because the pipe goes down in the hole. So there's no way to get the cover completely off to get out of the way. So I cut one of the pipes and put in a fitting that allows me to unscrew the two pipes from each other and pull that pipe up out of the hole, allowing me to get the cover off and get full access to the hole and the pump itself. Alright, hey, really quickly, I just want to interject and let you know that I have updated this video and have put some information at the very end of the video that might be helpful to a lot of people. It's about how to connect PVC pipe, how to use the primer and the cement, how to push them together and twist, and all of that information. So hopefully that's helpful. If that's something you're new to, don't know a whole lot about, and you need a little bit of guidance, please go to the end of the video, or watch to the end of the video, and get that information there at the back end. So appreciate you watching the video, and thanks for tuning in. Now back to the video. So that's really the big fix in this video. So if you run anything like that or you want to see how I did that, please watch the video. If you don't want to see how I did that, please watch the video. Maybe you'll get something out of this that you didn't understand before. The other issue I had, or the reason that this came about, was that our outlet in the bathroom wasn't working. And I thought that was really curious. So I traced the wiring back, found it. I went to the GFCI outlet in the utility room, and that was tripped. So I tried to reset the breaker built into the GFCI, and it immediately would trip. So I thought, oh boy. The only thing plugged into it was the sump pump. So I got to thinking, well, looks like we have a bad sump pump. So I unplugged the sump pump, reset the breaker on the GFCI, it reset. And so as soon as I plugged in the GFCI, the breaker popped. And so I knew that we definitely had a bad sump pump. Hopefully this video helps. Hope you enjoy it. Please give a like and a subscribe. It definitely helps us out, like everybody else. And like everyone else, 90% of you are not subscribed. And, I just don't know what to do about it. Well, you know what? 90% of you are probably seeing me for the first time, so you're not going to be subscribed. So I perfectly expect that. So yeah, so don't concern yourself with that. If you do like what I have to offer, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment on videos that you'd like to see, or if you see anything in here that you want more detail on, please write to me in the comments. I do watch those and I do respond to those, and it can be about just about any topic that you can think of, and if it's something I know, I will reply to you, and if it's something I need to make a video on, I'll do that as well. So that's all I got. Enjoy the video.
Some men rise, some men fall. Some help others to reach the top, while others stand watch. Who are we? We are the risk takers. We are the fighters. The regular everyday men, the downtrodden, and the uprisen. And this is the Daddy Show.
Alright, here's the pump after taking it out of the hole. Got the check valve, and I just unhooked the hose or the tube there from all the way down there. And I'm going to measure this, make a mark halfway the distance between here, and cut it right in half. So I can put this new fitting on there, so I can disassemble that, so I can pull that out once I get the new pump in. Allow me to pull it out and put it in a lot easier than what they had before, going through here with no way to disconnect it from the house. So we're going to change that. All right, here's what the fitting looks like fully installed. I cut this pipe back here in half and installed the two halves on the fitting. So all I have to do is unscrew this. That comes off. And then I can pull this up out of the hole once I disconnect it from the new pump. So this will allow me to get the new pump in place, connect this up, move it around wherever I need to, and then hook it up here. And then if we ever need to replace the pump again or have issues, we can unhook it from the pump, unhook right here, pull this off, get this up out of the way so we can pull the cover off to get to the pump. Because the way it was before, with this being solid right here, you couldn't pull the cover completely off the sump pump hole, or the sump hole. So that fixes that. All right, I'm back. I got the new pump. I've got the check valve installed with the adapter here to go to the 1.5-inch pipe coming out with a new fitting to hook up there. I have leveled off the gravel that's down in there a little bit so I can set the pump there. That's a little bit deeper down there, but there's a sump area for the makeshift pump I've got set up for now. And we'll see how this all fits up. Let me get this test fit, and then we'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna manually move the pump here. Here it goes. Beautiful, nice and quiet. And there we have it with the cover fully installed. Okay, here's an update. I didn't like how high up the pump was sitting before on the platform that I had because this tube wasn't long enough to get down deep enough. And so I've got some extra pipe laying around that I went and got out of the garage. And I've marked it where I want the fitting. This coupler, right here, this coupler, I marked where the halfway point is on the coupler right here with the purple. And then I matched that up where I want the coupler to be on the long pipe and then where I want it to be on the shorter pipe, and lined up that center line with where I need to cut each of these two pipes so that when they come together in the hole, they'll line up. Both will go the correct distance inside this coupler down into that flange, and everything should fit together nice and tight. If you've never cut PVC before, I'm just using a little hacksaw, which really isn't quite the correct hacksaw to be using, but it works, and it's what I have on hand. When you cut PVC, it always leaves these little chunks of plastic, so you want to run your thumb or finger along the inside and the outside rim to get rid of those little chunks of plastic to make a nice clean connection. And here's what it looks like after I cleaned up the edges on the inside and outside. And before I glue this fitting on, I'm doing a test fit to make sure everything lines up. And we're really close, so by the time I get these pipes down into the connector correctly, my distance will be perfect here. Now, when gluing PVC together, I always use the purple primer and then some good PVC cement. The purple primer, I just go around 2 foam balls width. That's what's in the can, is a foam ball. I just do a couple of times around 2 foam ball widths, and that's all you need to do. And then be sure to prime the inside of your coupler as well.
And when gluing together, I always put the glue on the pipe side, not the connector side. And then I push the pipe into the connector and twist at the same time. And that allows you to get it seated in there nice and neat. And I will pull that primer off the inside before I connect the other tube. And this shows I got just a little too much glue, but that makes a nice seal.